Hi everyone, it is me, Sailor Pluto, Tissa here, and today we're going to talk about is WWE grown up again or not? Well, by the ranking, it is. You see, WWE ranking, at least if you watch any of the stuff on Hulu, would be, you know, farcy or for between or whatever you want to call it. And I know a lot of folks think that shift happens overnight. That they probably were going to see, blood and middle fingers and, and curse words overnight. Well, that doesn't happen. And I know you folks are going to talk about not the between 97 YL to 2008 YL and say it happened overnight. Well, that didn't happen overnight either. It was a flow start. I mean, Steve Austin didn't start up overnight with middle fingers and curse words. It was a flow thing. It took time before everything started getting grown up and edgy. And keep in mind, the stand started somewhere between the end of March and early April of between 97 YL. So right there, it was in a flow start. You know, So you folks think that WWE was going to shift over overnight. Well, that doesn't happen. It takes time. WWE has to be done with everything that they're doing now before they can start with new things. I know you folks think that they should just, throw away the sheets and start booking and writing new. Other words, leave sagas and tales undone. Give it a beginning and middle, but no end. Yeah, you gotta come to an end of what you're working on. And soon WWE might be back to that, or at least as close as they can be, without any of their backers and afforders and folkworks pulling out on them. Yeah, some of you folks don't forget the first time WWE went grown up. They almost lost. They lost a lot of backers and afforders. A lot of folks stopped watching it. You know, they almost lost their deals with USA, their deals with Fox, and many other folkworks that they had at the time because a lot of them, you know, did not want to deal with WWE being grown up. But over time, they got work to it. But the grounds is that it's a flow thing. It doesn't happen overnight. It doesn't happen over a week either. So for all you folks that are still bitching that it's not grown up enough for you yet, give it some time. And it might be back to the way it was or near to the way it was, but there's no way that you can redo the past. I know you folks bitch about how everyone offshoots from something they did before, and being grown up is something they did in the past too. So yeah, they're offshooting from the past. So you're gonna bitch about that, but don't bitch about it because you folks have bitched about it being kin friendly since 2008 YL. So you're gonna bitch about them offshooting from something they did in the past, just so they can, just so you can bitch about them doing something they did in the past. They can't win with you. You won't be happy either way. You know? And don't get me started with AEW. They think they're so grown up, but the only grown up things they ever do is when they say fuck this and shit this, and every blue moon you'll get a middle finger, and every blue moon someone and almost every match will end with someone getting busted open. That's their belief of grown up. But they're not but that's not true grown up. That's just them throwing that out there to make them think they're grown up, but they're not. And as soon as you go out there to say that no other wrestling business ever went kin friendly, IW did it and still has. So anyway, for you folks out there that are still bitching that it's not good enough for you and that it should have been grown up overnight or the shift should have happened right on that Monday, well, forget that because it takes time to shift over from things. It doesn't happen overnight. And don't talk about how it did happen overnight because I'm going to tell you it did not happen overnight. It took some time for WWE to shift over from being kin friendly to being grown up. Just like it took W some time to shift over from being grown up to kin friendly to being grown up again. You know? And I know you folks out there, think that, think that it was supposed to like it was some kind. I know you folks out there probably think that, well, they shift their ranking, but they're still doing the same stuff. Yeah, because they gotta work on everything they've been working on since then before they could start working on new things. And you folks won't be happy with them at all because in your mind you think it was an overnight thing. But hey, I was in the past. I watched it starting towards the end of between 92 YL. I saw the shift from gathering over to New Lifetime. I saw the shift from New Lifetime to Stand to Heartless Might to Kin Friendly to In Your Lair, into from Kin Friendly to Truth to now. All right, I saw the shifting over from that, and it was not an overnight thing. So for all you folks out there that bitch about W offshoots from everything from the past, so does every other wrestling business too. You wanting to be kin friendly again, well, that was something they did in the past, so don't bitch about it. You know? And I'm sorry, things don't shift over in a week. They don't even shift over in a month. So if you think it was supposed to be boom, they're going to be grown up and edgy right out of the box on that Raw, well, forget it. It's going to take some time for them to work to get there. They got to do every other saga until they've been working on. They gotta come to the end of the Brock Lesnar Roman Reigns hang up. They gotta make an end between the Pat McAfee Baron Corbin hang up. They just can't start anew because that would be unfair to everyone that has something to do on the show. Then you would bitch about how the saga until started, but there's no end to it. So they gotta make an end to everything they're doing now before they can start new stuff. And I'm sorry if the new grown up isn't going to match up to the old grown up. But yeah, the rank says they're grown up, and it's going to take them some time for them to shift fully over to it. But if Brock Lesnar beating up Austin Theory and Pat McAfee and Baron Corbin fighting each other isn't that grown up enough for you, then I don't know what to tell you. Anyway, that's it. Hope you like this film, and if you do, follow us over here at Sailor Moon for Life. Watch the last film I made yesterday over here when Sailor Mini Moon was saying goodbye to Vince McMahon. I'm Sailor Pluto Tissa, and I hope you like this film. Bye.